Hello and welcome to this webinar, How to Overcome the Emotional Trauma from Failed Relationships and Thrive. I'm so happy you decided to join me on this webinar today. You'll get real value from it, so try and stay till the end so you can get the bonuses as well as the hugely discounted price for this program. What failed relationships and who is this webinar for? This webinar is for you if you have had any of the following experiences and you're now eager to move on positively with your life. A breakup from a valued relationship, a divorce that you never anticipated, betrayal by a trusted friend or family member, a current relationship that has failed but you're not quite sure what to do next. What you will learn from this webinar. Here's what we'll be covering in this webinar. Why it is so hard to let go of the pain. Usual causes of breakup or divorce. The first steps towards recovery from the pain. What to do to help you regain your control in order to create a much happier life for yourself. So who am I then? I'm Grace Anderson. I'm an accredited master coach, NLP practitioner, author, and speaker. Some people call me the happiness recovery coach. I'm a couples relationship coach. I help couples recover the happiness in their relationship. I'm an accredited breakup and divorce recovery master practitioner. I'm also a spiritual coach. I help people recover their link with God, if you know what I mean. Depending on you and what spiritual path you're on, sometimes we all get disconnected. So if you want to reconnect with God in some way, I can also help you with that if that's what you wish. I'm an executive and leadership coach. I help leaders overcome stress and burnout. I was a head teacher for over 10 years. I was teaching for more than 40 years. Now, those 10 years when I was a head teacher was really exciting for me because I achieved the status of an outstanding head because of the work we did together, myself, my staff, my students, and their parents in a school called Morton College, Benin City, which is a girls' secondary school in Nigeria. I'm also a published author of several books. But what I think qualifies me the most to be a breakup and divorce recovery coach is the fact that in my early years, or in my younger years, I myself had a divorce. It was messy and difficult because I had 6 young children and my ex abandoned us and left me to cater for the kids and to help them through their education and the rest of it. That was a miserable time, but somehow I survived it. I wasn't even wise enough to hire a coach. Maybe if I did, I would have suffered less than I did. Relationships are usually blissful at the very beginning. This is because we have love chemicals running around in our brains and we feel like we just cannot get enough of this new partner of ours. These chemicals last for a while, but unfortunately they do not last forever. The love chemicals begin to fade after a short while, And you will notice that partners begin to stay apart. They don't hold hands so much as they used to. They stop kissing every now and again. And things begin to fall apart in their relationship. A number of things can cause disenchantment in relationships. Not understanding how relationships work, expecting too much from one's partner. For example, expecting them to be like either your father or your mother, which is ridiculous. Somebody you met only a few months ago, you expect them to treat you exactly like your parents used to treat you. But we all do it, even though we know it is wrong to think that way. Lack of tolerance, expecting perfection from your partner when you yourself are not perfect. Life changes. For example, raising a family, illnesses, loss of a job, and so on and so forth. Another thing that can cause disenchantment is living a lie. For example, lying about your sexuality just to get married or something similar. Some other causes of breakups and divorces: poor communication skills, broken promises, being unreliable, betrayal, infidelity, cruelty, failure to understand one's partner, and being selfish and thinking the world revolves around you alone, and so on and so forth. Betrayal and infidelity are the worst causes of divorce or breakup. Suddenly, the person you thought had vowed to stay with you for the rest of your life decides that they've found someone else to love. Why is it so hard to let go of the pain of a breakup or divorce? It's because your dreams of a lifetime of happiness together with your partner are now shattered. Suddenly you are on your own, lonely and miserable. You are fearful of what the future will bring, wondering whether or not you will be able to cope all by yourself. You have your hopes all shattered, your dreams all shattered, and the thought of facing the future on your own is daunting, if not frightening. You feel lost and totally alone in a dark and uncaring world. As this person in this image, this dark image, the world looks really dark, uncaring, and very unloving. But it doesn't have to remain that way. And that is why I'm offering you my coaching, because you can move on from this dark part of your life and create a bright new future for yourself. All I'm saying is there's no need to be desperate or totally lost, because there is hope out there. To survive this trauma, you need to create your own support team. Your support team includes your lawyer to help you navigate the divorce process if you're still going through that, your family and friends to support you in various ways. Now choose someone that will help you from either your family or your friends very carefully, because some family members can be quite judgmental, and some of them can be blaming you for the cause of the divorce. So you really don't want a judgmental person in your corner making you feel guilty all over again. Choose an exercise buddy, someone you can trust to go exercising with so you don't feel too lonely. You need a financial advisor to help you plan and manage your finances. And of course, you need a coach, someone like me, to provide the special support that you need that will enable you recover quite quickly from your emotional trauma. You also need to create a wellness and self-care regime. People tend to neglect their own wellness and self-care when grieving over any kind of loss, like a breakup or a divorce. Divorce is seen as the second most traumatic event in anyone's life, death of a loved one being the first most traumatic. So I do understand why it is so difficult, in these times, and things are quite painful for you emotionally. All the same, you should rethink what you're doing to your health when you neglect your own self-care. So while it is okay to cry or grieve over your loss, it is not acceptable to let grief take over your life. You need to create a self-care regime like taking regular exercises, eating well, sleeping well, and so on and so forth. And whatever you do, do not do anything in extreme, like taking excessive alcohol and making a mess of your life that way. Some tools and strategies to help protect your emotional well-being. I will give you a number of tools and strategies that will enable you to overcome your emotional trauma and prop you up so you can start on the journey to create a much happier life for yourself. Many of these tools will be useful to you for life, as you can apply them in other difficult life situations. Unfortunately, life is never perfect, so every now and again something comes up that tries and tests us so much that we often break down. So the tools that you will learn from me and the strategies will continue to help you in other situations in your life. Here's what one of my clients said about the strategies we just shared. When my client Ade first started coaching with me, she was an emotional wreck, crying for a long time at our first meeting. At the end of our coaching journey, this was her review. I didn't prepare myself for any positive outcome, as I have probably related my story a million times to those I shouldn't have known about my business. When I was introduced to Dr. Grace, I didn't expect anything different from my previous coaching experience or counseling experience. Dr. Grace's coaching style greatly exceeded my expectations. She was very inspiring and really empowered my understanding that I have the power to change my life for the better. All I need is a strong determination to succeed, as well as my own willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve my goals. I must say that right now I feel totally empowered and on my way to creating a much happier life for myself and my children. My colleagues at work ask me what changed in my life and why I'm so calm and smiley nowadays. I just tell them my coaching by Dr. Grace happened. I am very grateful to Dr. Grace and I highly recommend her service to anyone who has had a breakup or a divorce. Stabilizing your finances. When you've had a divorce or a breakup, you'll find that finances can be a real tricky issue. How to tackle and manage your bills all by yourself now. So making sure you can afford your living expenses is another aspect you will need to tackle. This is where a good financial advisor or planner can assist you in getting clarity of your finances. You may also need to look for a new job, a new place to live, how to cover childcare costs, and so on and so forth. We will consider all your options so you can feel confident about your current financial situation. Help with moving on with your life. What would you like to do now? So, what will moving on with your life look like? It all depends on you, obviously, and what you really want to do now. This will totally depend on you and how quickly you would like to get going in creating a new life for yourself that does not have the shadow of your ex hanging over it. I will give you special tools and strategies to help you silence the negative and nagging voice of your ex in your head so you can be free to move on with your life. Moving on, looking to the future and creating a new bucket list. Now that you're on your own with no one stopping you, it is time to create a new bucket list of all the things you've always wanted to do but couldn't do because of your partner's restrictions and influence. You know, all the good things that have been in your head but you could not do because your partner wouldn't let you. I mean, you could think of holidays abroad or going on a cruise or creating your own property portfolio, for example, or even silly things like painting your nails red or green or blue, or you're dyeing your hair green or yellow or pink, whatever that takes your fancy. Now you can do them because you have no restrictions. You are on your own and you are your own boss, if you know what I mean. So here's what one of my clients said of the usefulness of the bucket list. Writing the bucket list at the very beginning of my coaching journey with Dr. Grace was very inspiring and really encouraged me to dream big for my future. I didn't have to be afraid of anything or anyone. All I had to do is to unleash the creative power within me and plan a glorious future for myself through creating an ambitious but well-informed plan that will be actionable within a specific time. In other words, we set smart goals and she held me accountable, so I had to follow through with the weekly action plans. Wow, they are yielding such great results for me already. Being able to share these plans created a powerful platform on which I felt so comfortable because of all the guidance Dr. Grace offered me. She's amazing. I unreservedly give her a 5 stars review. Co-parenting and raising children effectively after a divorce. They shouldn't be difficult, but some partners make it really, really difficult. Unfortunately, children are caught in the middle of all of this, which really shouldn't happen. Co-parenting and raising children effectively after a divorce should not be a real issue, but it is with some partners. It can sometimes be a tricky issue that can cause a lot of conflicts between partners. Some partners tend to create problems by being difficult and unreasonable. We will look at your individual case and tackle it together. Here is what one of my clients said about my coaching on her parenting issues. I became more confident in dealing with the leftover issues of the divorce. One of those issues was how to maintain a cordial and loving relationship With my children, they have always been supportive and happy with me, but since they have become young adults, they are becoming more difficult to manage because of the examples set for them by their dad, my abusive ex. When I shared what was happening with Dr. Grace, she gave me a really effective strategy which I shared with my grown-up daughter. She had become rude and rather unmanageable because of her new boyfriend. Within a week of applying Dr. Grace's strategy, my daughter as well as my other two children were back on loving terms with me. I was so surprised at how quickly Dr. Grace's strategy worked to our advantage. My children's new kindness towards me brought tears to my eyes. That was truly amazing, and I just can't thank Dr. Grace enough for her help. Guidance on dating and starting a new love relationship. I suppose you're laughing at this. You're saying, well, yeah, how possible is that going to be when I'm now divorced? Well, I moved on after my divorce, and I got remarried, and I mean happily remarried. So why not you, if that's what you want? Here's myself and my husband on the day of our wedding. And that's quite some years now. And we're still happy together, thank God. Dating guide and relationship coaching. I won't be surprised if your ex had told you many times over that you are no longer attractive, especially after having a baby or babies or putting on a little weight. That's just a load of tosh. Don't listen to that person. My dating guide and relationship coaching can help you restore your self-esteem and self-confidence that you lost while with your ex. Dating guide and relationship coaching. A young woman from New Zealand, I'll call her Vera, came to me with a relationship story of disappointment and abandonment by a man she thought loved her, and someone she truly loves. Her pain was palpable. We first worked on her mindset and self-confidence to enable her regain her self-esteem and self-worth. After the third session, she became more convinced about her own suitability for any man that she might be attracted to in the future. She gradually got over this guy who had ignored her for over a year. She began to see herself as someone worthy of a good man and a good relationship. Her mood changed and she became much happier. I have let him go from my mind now, she told me. I now accept that I'm a good person. So, really, it is his loss, not mine. Here's a review at the end of her coaching journey with me. My dearest Dr. Grace, thank you for everything you taught me. I practice everything you shared with me. My newly found self-confidence and self-control paid off. Unexpectedly, my soulmate, best friend and future husband, James, is now back in my life. I'm so grateful for your excellent coaching tools and for your warmth and kindness. Thank you. That is really a good outcome. I was very proud of Vera for achieving this outcome for herself. Now, what happened here is that because she called James's bluff, she regained her own self-confidence and self-worth and believed in herself. And so for her, it was good enough with or without James in her life. And she eventually decided that if he doesn't want to know me, then I don't want to know him. And then he comes back to her life. quite an exciting time for Vera. They're planning to get married now, she and James, which is wonderful. Dating guide: how to spot people with abusive tendencies. Perhaps like many of us, you have been in one or two abusive relationships, and now you want to ensure that you don't fall for the same sort of people again. My coaching will show you the following: how to understand what love bombing is, how to spot the early signs of abuse like coercive control, belittling, gaslighting, random violence, and so on and so forth. And also the fact that that person will always say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, my darling, I'll never do it again." But obviously they will do it again, so they're lying. How to seek immediate help and support for yourself and for your family members, especially if you have children, so you can get to safety. How not to fall for people like that again next time. You will realize that this is a valuable, this is an invaluable thing to know, so that you don't keep falling for the same type of people over and over again. So if you really want to be in a happy relationship next time, this will be useful to know. How to spot people with abusive tendencies. Other personal issues. I'm pretty sure there will be other issues that you would like us to work on. I'll be quite happy to help you with that, because I have various coaching expertise under my belt. So we can also cover such issues as your career prospects, your business growth strategies, your mindset, stress or burnout reduction, or whatever the issue is. All my coaching is strictly confidential. However, please note that if there is threat to life or danger to yourself, I will be bound by law to refer the matter to the appropriate authorities. Here's what you will get when you take up my offer today. Personal one-to-one coaching, confidential coaching exclusively just to yourself and between the two of us. It will help you overcome your current emotional overwhelm, and we can begin to plan a new life for yourself as you would like it to be. Personal guidance on how to regain your self-confidence and take back your control. That is priceless. Benefits of joining this program. I'll be your own accountability coach to ensure that you take prompt actions that are necessary to enable you to get clarity of your situation. This will give you the power you need to move on with your life positively. There will be lots of tried and tested tools and strategies that I'll give you to help you achieve a quick recovery from your pain so you can move on positively with your life. You will also have access to my WhatsApp and email for in-between coaching sessions. This will enable you to have the guidance you need whenever you need it. The third part of this program that I'm going to give to you is a course, a dating and relationship course called How to Find and Recognize Your True Love. This is really valuable because if you want to start dating again, it is important to understand what you've been doing well or what you've been doing wrong in your choice of partners, so you will know the right thing to do from now on. so you can actually choose the right sort of person for you. I'll also give you a course called Positive Affirmation Secrets. This is a video course created by a psychotherapist, a lady who will teach you in the videos how to create your own positive affirmation statements so you can begin to live a really positive life. The greatest problem we have as human beings is that we have very negative self-talks which keep us miserable, and we don't know how to get over that. But this Positive Affirmation Secrets video course will enable you to start thinking more positively about yourself and your life, and by doing so you will create more positive outcomes for yourself. Very, very valuable. Here's everything you will get from this coaching package. One-to-one coaching with me, 6 sessions in 3 months. Normally charged at £250 per hour, which would be £1,500. Access to my WhatsApp and email for regular contact and guidance were £250 a month. That is £750 for 3 months. Course number 1, relationship course. How to find and recognize your true love. Normally charged at £497. Course number 2, Positive Affirmation Secrets. Video course. Normally charged at £37. Group coaching once a month. Normally £150. That is £450 over 3 months. So the total cost would be £3,234. But you won't be paying this amount if you take action promptly today. Your free gift is a free guide from me, 14 ways to get over your ex quickly. In addition to all the above, I will also gift you this really useful guide on how to get started on getting over your ex. Here is your hugely discounted price for this program. As my thank you gift for staying to the end of this webinar, you can grab this coaching program for a hugely discounted price of just £1,500. So instead of £3,234, you will only pay £1,500. And that will include your full 3 months coaching journey with me, in addition to all the bonuses that I have already listed. Your comprehensive coaching with me will include 6 hours of one-to-one coaching, 2 hours per month over 3 months. Group coaching once a month for a general Q&A session. All in all, we'll cover how to overcome the trauma from your breakup or divorce so you can start the process of creating a brilliant new life for yourself. And if you have other issues that you'd like us to work on, we will do that too. Your gifted courses. Your gifted course number 1 is how to find and recognize your true love. You will learn how to discover your true love and recognize him or her so you can build a positive and happy relationship together. Gifted course number 2 is Positive Affirmation Secrets. This is a video course to help you regain your positivity and rebuild your life more positively quite quickly. Possible negative effects of not taking on this coaching program. Continued trauma, sleeplessness, and emotional breakdowns, even while at work. This could lead to a loss of one's job. Inability to hold it together, which could drastically affect one's health and general well-being. Inability to be a good parent, which could result in the children being taken away or given to the ex. And no one really wants that. I'm sure you don't. Getting stuck and not moving on positively with your life. Living a miserable life while your ex is having a great time with someone else. I'm pretty sure you can add to this list because the list is endless. Don't suffer like I did. I suffered a lot after my divorce. I wasn't wise enough to hire a coach to help me. I cried over and over again anytime I thought of my ex or my bad fortune of being a divorced woman. I let my abusive ex's mocking voice stay in my head. I even felt guilty at the thought of what my late parents would have said. They were staunch Christians. They were monogamous and they were married for over 47 years before they died. They would probably have been very disappointed in me. To them, marriage was for life. But my ex left me to get married to two much younger women. One of them was even younger than our fourth child. He said, well, if you want to, you can come and join them. He really wanted to have 3 wives. But that's not what he said when he married me when I was 19. So it was quite disappointing that after 25 years of marriage, he wanted 2 new wives to join me. I had loads of questions, but no answers, either about my ex's cruelty or about my future. So I cried and cried again. It felt as if my world was crumbling underneath my feet. I often broke down in tears in the London secondary school where I was teaching English at the time. So much so that one of my students would run down to the head teacher's office and tell him that, "Sir, Miss is crying again." I was an emotional wreck, and you really don't want to suffer like I did. So take this opportunity today to start on your journey to full recovery. This is your chance to restore your happiness. Don't let your misery from a failed relationship continue to dominate your life. You deserve so much better. So grab this coaching offer today to start on a new journey towards restoring your own happiness. And let me help you recreate the sort of life that you've always dreamed of. You owe it to yourself. Save yourself the pain and sign up today. I'm looking to work with just 15 motivated individuals who will do whatever it takes for them to take back their control from their exes and forge ahead to build much happier lives for themselves and their children if they have any. If that sounds like what you're looking for, then go to this link below and book a discovery call with me. It's a free call which will only last about 15 minutes, and that will give us the opportunity to see if we're a good fit. If we find that we're a good fit, you can then pay the £1,500 or its equivalent in your money, e.g. dollars, so you can get started on your coaching journey with me straight away. It's as easy as that, and you'll be on your way to full recovery and fresh opportunities for a much happier life. So the hugely discounted price is just £1,500 for 3 months coaching, As I said, it includes the one-to-one coaching, which is exclusively for yourself, and you will have those 2 gifted courses in addition to being able to contact me on WhatsApp as well as email over the 3 months. And there are just 15 spots available because being one-to-one, I really have very limited space on my calendar. So if you book now, if you book this free call with me today, you stand a chance of being on the program. So here's your hugely discounted price. Just £1,500 for 3 months coaching, including the gifted courses. £1,500 only, or the equivalent in your currency, US dollars. There's no VAT added, by the way. So it will just be £1,500 that you pay. This program includes 6 one-to-one coaching hours, access to my email and WhatsApp for continued guidance, 2 gifted courses, how to find and recognize your true love, and positive affirmation secrets video course as well, group coaching on Zoom once a month, just to make sure that you have enough time to ask any question that is not covered in your personal one-to-one coaching. So, to avail yourself of this, book a call with me today. I will also give you a free gift, which is a guide, free guide on how to get over your ex. You have 14 exciting ways. I say exciting, well, 14 ways you can apply very quickly to help you start getting over your ex, so you're not so mournful on a daily basis. It will be very helpful to you. So you can pick that up soon after this webinar. Right, I have only 15 spots available for this coaching program. Because it's a one-to-one coaching, it means that it's exclusively for you, and there is no other person in that room when I'm coaching you one-to-one. So you get to tell me all your woes and all the pains and then we can work on them together to make sure that you get over them quite quickly. So book a free call with me to enroll on this program. And to do that, go to this link that is listed here, that is, written here. It's also in the chat box. So pick it up there, and since there are only 15 spots, I can only accept 15 people right now. If it comes up at another time, perhaps, but for this particular program, I just will work with 15 motivated individuals. Hey, you made it to the end. So you now have this discounted price for your 3 months coaching, including the gifted courses. So to take full advantage of this, make sure you book a free call with me to enroll on this program as soon as possible. As I said, I only have 15 spots available. So do not waste any time. Just go to this link as shown here or in the chat box. Copy it and book your call with me. It will only take about 15 minutes and we'll get to know whether we're a good fit for each other. Okay? I really appreciate the fact that you joined me today on this webinar. So before you go, make sure you sign up to have a quick chat with me, and we'll look at your condition or situation and see whether or not we can work together. But from my experience, anyone who's come to me has had a good coaching experience, as you can see from the testimonies that I shared earlier on, or reviews. Now, maybe your current situation is not that you've already broken up with your partner. Maybe you're in a relationship that is no longer serving you, or in a relationship that doesn't give you any joy, or perhaps in an abusive relationship. Whatever the situation is, just book a call with me. We'll look at the situation and I'll let you know how you can move forward, either with that relationship or perhaps even moving out of it if it is an abusive relationship. I can help you in many ways, so feel free to just book a call anyway, and then we'll have a look to see if we can work together. As I said, I just have 15 spots available. But it's been wonderful having you with me on this call today, on this webinar today, and I'm grateful for that. But before you go, remember that you can also have a gift from me if you've signed up for this webinar. One of those things you can pick up very quickly and get started on is a guide on how to get over your ex very quickly. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me on this webinar, and I do hope to see you soon. All right now. Thank you.